right now we're going to move into GP66. This is the 1 gallon size, and 2.5 million bottles of GP66 have been sold here at QVC. And when it comes to a cleaner that can do it all, you're looking at it. This cleans most stains from leather inside your ovens, kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces, garages, and so much more. This is how you get a jump on spring cleaning. The other thing I want to let you know is we have seen GP66 here at QVC. I use it on my concrete at home. Oh my gosh, it makes it look like brand new again. This gallon size comes with a bottle, okay? So you can use it in its full concentrate, or you can dilute it to use it in different capacities if you want to. Don't worry, easy to figure out. But this gallon size actually makes 4 full concentrate bottles. That means each bottle is $8.99 for full concentrate GP66. Unheard of, okay? This is where you want to stock up. I've been here 15 years. I have never seen an offer like this before. Even with the reduced shipping, it's $2 off the shipping today. It's V56271. Even if you've never tried GP66 before, we love it in our household. You gotta get the gallon size. Scott Hind is here to talk to us all about it. And Scott, when I saw the value on the gallon, I was like, how many can we get at one time?
Yeah. Is there a limit, right? No, exactly, because it is by far and away the best value I've ever offered. Before we talk about GP66, I just got to tell you something. You just made my day, and you had no idea you did it.
Really?
That story about Chris Prime driving
Went to
down
my parents' house.
Your parents. It was an ear. I had an ear to ear good. I laughed out loud because you brought your folks in one time. They're awesome. They're like you. They're amazing people. Chris Prime is the most genuine person on the planet. And her driving to cook. I'm sorry. I digress. I just made my day. I was like, that is so all of them.
Because when my mom texted me, she said, guess who's coming tomorrow? I was like, who? She said, Chris Prime. She's going to stay with us for a few days. I was like, I love this. I love this.
I mean, that is Chris Prime.
Thank
the
you.
most amazing
She's
person
so
ever.
wonderful.
Anyways, we digress. We digress. And your folks are awesome, too. We digress.
Thank you.
You know what? So for years, right, Mary, you know, we offered this in bottles, a set of 2 bottles, right? And it was at a certain, price point. And then a couple of years ago, we started saying, okay, once a year, we'll offer 3 bottles. We did it as a today's special value. It was insanely popular. Now I feel like we've graduated to Chaz Dean aura stratosphere where, okay, here comes the gallon jug. You know what I mean? And you want to talk value, you price this out per bottle. It is absolutely absurd because you are getting the gallon jug and it makes 4. You get an empty spray bottle that comes with it, right? And then it's enough to make 3 more bottles on top of that. You've not seen this before from GP66. That's why it's been so popular. So, let's start off with something that I always just like to show because everyone understands what this is. You're looking at what I like to say, air quotes, permanent marker, okay? Yeah. So we're here with that. We're going to put that on a tile. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to spray the GP66 on it. And by the way, I'm spraying this over top of my own island counter here. So I have no fears, no worries, because my wife's in the other room, and if I thought for a second there was going to mess something up, I know she'd kill me. I wouldn't do it. So you see straight away it starts fading that quote-unquote permanent marker. But now all I'm going to do is take the rag, wipe that up, it's gone, and then whatever's left is down here. No worries whatsoever. There isn't 1 ounce of marker left on that. And that's the thing, is it gets those nasty stains and gets them right away.
I mean, and that's the thing. I showed you the pictures of, we had these 2 urns out in front of our house. And when we moved them, there were these huge stains in the concrete. And I sent you a picture of the before. Then I used GP66 and I sent you a picture after, and it looks like nothing had ever been there. It was amazing. Everybody that uses it for the first time is always like, I can't believe it works. What do y'all think we're doing here? I mean, we're not going to tout it.
2.5 million people be wrong.
Thank you. And I know in general, 2.5 million have sold here at QVC. This gallon size offer isn't that old, right, Scott? It's only like 3 weeks old?
Yeah, if that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and we don't have a huge amount left to go around in this size.
No. And I remember when you sent me that picture of the urns, I think I wrote back joking, did you go out and buy new ones? Like it was, it just brought it back to life, right? I mean, it's crazy. So, here's what I love though. Now that you got a gallon jug, you got a little bit more. So you can go do some things. I'm going to show you one thing here that I usually show you, but I'm going to show you some things you may not have thought of. But what I want you to do, and everybody at home, when you get home, find a white cloth if you would. And then what I want you to do is I want you to go to your cabinets, take a white cloth, because as you know, Marion, we've talked about this for years. When you cook, the grease, the grime, the stuff that goes in the air, it doesn't just go horizontally, it goes vertically, it goes everywhere.
Right.
So it lands on your cabinets. You know your cabinets get that film on them?
Right.
Well, you know, you think to yourself, it's not that big a deal, until you realize that's what's on your cabinet.
Yeah.
And that was from cooking sausage yesterday morning for breakfast. Like, that's the difference. And I'm the GP guy. I shouldn't have that stuff on my cabinets, but like, that's what builds up. And that's actually where the grease is, but that's where the odors are too. Clean up your whole kitchen.
You know, I should show you my cabinets at home because they are white. And every once in a while I look at them and go, are they white or are they vanilla? I can't remember. And then I'll run a little GP66 over the front and I'm like, ugh, they're supposed to be white. Because to your eye that sees something every single day, it might look just fine. But then when you run some GP66 over it like that right there, you realize it's not fine, but it's about to be.
Yeah, and it is, because you know, you cook up bacon or fish or something, 3 days later, your kitchen still smells like you cooked it. You're like, why?
Right.
Well, it's not because you don't keep a clean kitchen. It's because you didn't get all of those areas. You didn't get this grease trap. Well, that's where the grease, the grime, but the odors go. Those are the little things that you forget about, but it's the little things that GP66 is so great about. So you take this here, and these are expensive, right? They're $8, $9, $10. You have to custom order them. It's a pain in the neck. No, you don't. You have to do any of that. You spray with GP66, drop it in some water, and you see right away, see how that water starts changing colors. I'll pick it up so you can see it on the camera. That's the grease, that's the grime coming off of it. Soak it for a good 2, 3, 5 minutes, and you're back to life and you're good to go.
That's awesome. And you know, you can find those in the hardware store if they have your size, and you can find those in the hardware store, you know, sometimes, but might as well just clean the one that you already have, because the only thing that's wrong with it is it's dirty. You don't have to replace it. Just clean that one. 250 have already been picked up in the show. I want to remind you that you're getting the gallon size of the GP66. If you're going to use it in a spot where you're coming in contact, maybe rinse it with potable water. But I know you're also getting the empty bottle. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Scott Hine, please. But in the gallon size, we can actually refill the bottle 4 times.
Yeah, so it's an empty bottle and it gets filled up 4 times.
That's
exactly right. So it's a bit of an optical illusion. Yeah, when you look at that, you're like, wait a minute, does this do 4 of these? I swear to you, it does. It's 32 times 4, 128, I promise. That's what it is. But when you do get that gallon jug, the nice thing is now you can do some things you haven't thought of. Like, this is great on grease, grime, that kind of stuff. Well, wouldn't it be a great pre-treater for your drains? So what you do, maybe before you go to bed at night, take some GP66, pour it down your drain, and let it sit there overnight. It'll start eating away the grease and the grime. We've tested it to do that. Now, I'm not saying it's an ultimate declogger, but it's the kind of thing that can eat away on the overnight, run some hot water in the morning, maybe help prevent those clogs. It's real nice. The other thing you can do, you have a whole bunch of it now to work with. Clean your floors. So, and use Campanelli microfiber, by the way. Best microfiber mops on the planet. No close second. And so, you know, spray a whole bunch of this down here on your floor. Now, I know you can't see the floor, but I have gray tiles that by and large, you know, they don't hide dirt great. They're a light gray, but you don't know what's hidden there. So I'm just going to go over some of this here. It's going to take a couple of passes. You saw I started with a white microfiber mop head. Just a couple of passes. Look what came up.
Oh, my gosh.
That's the dirtiness, the nasty, all the stuff that you don't want your kids playing on, you don't want your pets on, but that's the stuff GP66 finds and eliminates.
I mean, I'm reading some of these examples here. It's for grease, it's for kitchen spills, bathroom grime, fireplace messes, garage oil leaks, leather staining, and so much more. If you have a spot that you are looking at in your home and you're like, I wonder if GP66 could work there, just use it on a little test patch, and you should get a very clear answer there. But I got to tell you, all the things that are listed on the front, this was designed as an industrial cleaner. Machinery, conveyor belts, every part of your vehicle,
tunnels,
work clothes.
Tunnels. That's my favorite one. You see the tunnels?
Tunnels.
I sold my tunnel a couple weeks ago. I used to have a tunnel. I sold it. But if you still have your tunnel, you're good. You can clean it.
Yeah, it says it right on the front of the bottle. Engines, brake dust. Just, I love, wait, right here. Can I just, look at this. Tunnels, that kills me. There's tunnels. Look right underneath. Dip tanks. I don't even know what that is. Is that what I put my dip in? I don't know. And then decks and siding. Look at that. Drive-throughs. Just the whole drive-through. That's incredible.
I'm thinking about building a drive-through onto my house, so I know then that I can clean it.
My house is kind of a drive-through, but I love the fact that you can use it in its concentrated form. And quite frankly, I've used it a little bit diluted too, because I was just cleaning our bathroom, and after reading tunnels and drive-throughs and conveyor belts, I was like, maybe I don't have to go full bore.
In case Chris Prime is driving back up from Florida, is going to go through my drive-through at the house. Other than that, I think
it was amazing. You know what, Scott? I'm going to text you pictures when I'm home later. The pictures of my parents and Chris Prime hanging out in Alabama are epic.
It's amazing. Like, I made my weekend. I'm not kidding.
Glad.
But all
Thank you,
kidding
my
aside,
friend.
like if it cleans all those horrible things, it'll certainly work on a toaster oven. Same thing. Take your microfiber from your puppy fur from Campanelli, best microfiber on the planet. Use one side of the GP, get those buttery fingerprints off, polish it up, makes the toaster look like new again. This stuff really is.
400 have already been ordered and in the kitchen with Mary. Scott, thank you so much. I'm so glad I made your day.
You did. I adore you, your family, and Chris Prime.
Thank you. Thank you. Same right back at you. Hey, here.